Shalom, shalom, Yasha peace, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. By double honors to my elders and apostles, the great millstone who do teach and rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right, it's the brother, Chakam Ariah, coming at you another sit down. Lord's will, just listen, be quick, edifying, and straight to the point. All right, I just wanted to speak on this point real quick. Lord willing, this will be something real quick. But we got nothing but blessings coming to us, Yasha Allah. All right, we're not suffering for no reason. All right, and I'm gonna get it, but as the scripture says, we though we suffer with him, we shall also be glorified with him. All right, and the sufferings that we're going through right now is just getting us ready for the Lord to bless us that much more in the kingdom. All right, so everything that you go through, the Lord is gonna make up for it in the kingdom, man. The kingdom, we got the kingdom that's coming, man. It's not at the low level. All right, take the reason why this place right here had to play its run its course, had to be exhibited. Everything that you see here, the quote unquote fun and all of that is really nothing. All right, the best of the best in this kingdom had to be seen and displayed. So chiefly, it can be destroyed in a much grand fashion, but also so when our kingdom comes, it can be shown that our kingdom is way better. All right, because we'll have this kingdom to compare it to. This bullshit ass kingdom. Our kingdom's gonna be 144,000 times better, man. All right. But everything that you're going through, man, in your day-to-day walk, in your personal lives, man, the afflictions, hey, the Lord sees it. All right, you got to remember the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Lord sees and understands everything, and not just that. All right, everything that you're going through was tailor-made for you to go through. All right, but understand that the Lord would never put anything on you that you can't handle, and that He got you. All right, He putting you through this to bring out the best version of you, and He's gonna take that spirit and put it in a new body. All right, but let's get some precepts real quick. This is Zechariah, the 9th chapter, verse 12 in the NLT. It says, "Come back to the place of safety, all you prisoners who still have hope. I promise this very day that I will repay 2 blessings for each of your troubles." All right, so everything that you go through, the Lord has 2 blessings prepared for all of those troubles, man. All right, so keep hoping, keep having faith. All right. Yahweh Shem Shah sees us, man. All right, He's gonna reward those who have been diligent, who have been patient, all right, who have been getting down for their crown, as elder brother Amawanga Bar always says, man. All right, I'm gonna get Luke chapter 12, verse 32. It says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." All right, so it's a good pleasure for Yahweh Shem Shah to give us the kingdom. But He can't just give it to any nobody. He can't give it to Pookie and Ray Ray. He can't give it to Lakeisha and Wanisha out here, man. He can't give it to bad bitches. No, He can't give it to niggas in the hood. He can't even give it to a African American. No, He can't do that, man. He's giving the kingdom to Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Ephraim, Gad, Reuben, Simeon. All right, He's giving the kingdom to the 12 tribes of Israel, and that comes with a particular standard, and that comes with being molded and shaped into the image of His Son, man, being forged. All right, that's why we are given these hard lives, man. Salakia. But that's why we're given these hard lives. That's why we've been given these conditions of the battle to forge us into that person that Yahweh Bashem Shah needs us to be, and turning us into the rightful kings, judges, rulers, princes, and princesses of the next of the world to come. That's what this is prepping us for, and the Lord is gonna repay all of our troubles 100-fold, man. Like 2 blessings for each of our troubles, man. Also, for every one thing you go through, the Lord has 2 blessings stored up in the kingdom for you, man. All right, but you gotta go through it to get to it. All right. Get something else real quick. This is the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 18 and 19. These are very heavy right here. These are the scriptures you need to be reflecting on when you're going through your sufferings, man. It allows you to stay tapped into the spirit and to be able to get through it and to endure. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. All right, so everything that you're going for right now is not even worthy to be compared to the glory that's coming. All right, so stay down, man. Stay going through it, and it's almost over, man. All right, we got this last bit of testing that we got to go through. It's like, I don't want to say little, because it's gonna be some serious times that we in, man. And it's only gonna get worse, but it's always darkest before the dawn. All right, so keep your hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Remember what the scripture says: for every trouble that you go through, the Lord has 2 blessings for you. All right, so everything that you lose, man, you're going to gain that much more, and it's going to be eternal. It's going to be an eternal gift. All right? It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, man, so we're going to be revealed, and we're going to be glorified, and we're going to be given the kingdom, man. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be eternal. It's going to be righteous, man. All right. So, hey, the Lord got us, man. All right. And I wanted to get this last one. All right, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. Right? And when Yahweh came and walked the earth and did his ministry, he was dead to that world. Though he had claimed to take it and could have called forth the angels from heaven to help him do so, right? Because he was the direct descendant of Malak Dawadah, King David. All right, he was totally justified in overthrowing Rome and starting a revolution, or to take the kingdom and set it up then. But he didn't do that. He stayed obedient. He fulfilled prophecy. He fulfilled scriptures. He did what was written and spoken of him to do. He made himself a sacrifice. He humbled himself unto the cross. All right, he came down in a mortal flesh and humbled himself. All right, he came down from a high position at that. All right, being second in command in the heavens. All right, having charge over things, man. All right, being that faithful, being a high priest. All right, and came down here to be a true and more faithful high priest, man. All right, so he came down here and was dead to the world. He didn't come down here to live as a king as he did in his past life as Solomon and as Adam. All right, but he came down here to be obedient to the command that his father gave him, and to help to be obedient to a cause, a mission, and that was to restore us back to our rightful position, our rightful order, man. The sons of Yahweh, man. All right, by being joined to the Lamb, Yahweh Shah. All right, and he was creating a path that we're walking on right now in order to get there and achieve that. All right, so we can then set up righteousness and really truly enjoy the earth that we made. All right, but he had to be the one to start that off, man. The government had to be on his shoulders, and we're walking that path. All right, so as the scripture says, it is a faithful saying, if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. So when he comes back to reclaim everything that belongs to him and get his glory on the earth, all right, he's going to call up his brothers and his sisters to be joined with him. And we're going to be married back together. We're going to be joined back together. And after a period of time of being crowned and being joined back together and enjoying that precious small moment with each other, we're going to come down and we're going to take the kingdom, and we're going to live, and we're going to be blessed, and we're going to prosper. All right. Verse 12, to close out, it says, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. All right, so man, keep the faith and understand the mission. All right, I'm going to get this in NLT. It says, if we endure hardship, we will reign with him. If we deny him, he will deny us. All right, so, hey, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to put that out there, man, a message of hope. All right, and understand that blessings are on the way, man. All right, so keep enduring, keep having faith. All right, keep trusting, keep believing, and keep putting Yahweh Bashim Yahushua first and understand the mission. All right, want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to those for legs scattered abroad. All right, Abba, Shalom.